What's going on? So it's Sunday. I'm out here at Lackawanna State Park, and I don't know, it's probably 20 degrees out. It's a gorgeous day. There's some snow that might come in today. And on days like this, you get the people out who just love to be outside. I was just talking to a guy down at the parking lot for like 5 minutes. We were just BSing about being out in the winter. He was doing some ice fishing with his kids. I'm going out hiking. Really chill, really relaxed. Everybody's just in a good mood right now. Just one of those days. So I'm just gonna do a little hiking around, see if we get some snow. I am right by a road, so there's some road noise, traffic going by. But I do have my spikes on, and in the winter it's a good idea to wear spikes. Like I was looking at the trails as I was driving in, so I knew they were a little bit slick. But let me show you this, what I'm going through right now. So this tunnel is usually flooded, and I knew it'd be slick in here, but I didn't think it'd be a nice skate for me. So if you're gonna do winter hiking, definitely suggest getting a set of spikes. And even this, you gotta be careful. You get a false sense of security with these sometimes. This ice is really slick. Check that, you can see the water moving underneath it, so put pressure on it. You'll get a false sense of security with the spikes sometimes. Just be careful when you're out. That's really cool. So there's the park office, and that's the Pinchot State Forest District Administrative Office too. They just kind of expanded that in the past couple of years. But I'm on what is known as Turkey Hill, and not far from the road. You can hear a car go by, and you can tell by that kind of hazy sun that there's weather moving in. This is a really good example of reclaimed farm field. So we're gonna go by a stone wall here, and this looks like it's too hilly for farm field, but this would have been like barnyard, farm animal field probably. Maybe an orchard at one time. I don't know. But I mean, like you got this pine here. Looks like maybe a red pine or a very tall white pine. Oh, I don't know what that is. That's big. But the old farms back in the day, they used whatever land they had. They'd probably clear these trees out, and they'd have their cows in here, or pigs, or sheep, or something in here. And they don't care about hills, especially sheep. You got sheep or goats, they love this. Something to climb. But all the way down there, you kind of see that opening in there. That's Lackawanna Lake, or Lake Lackawanna. I think it's Lake Lackawanna. Here's part of the stone wall down here. So I'm walking in this old field, and an old farm field, pasture, grazing yard, whatever it was. And we're gonna see a good transition here too. Because on the other side of this stone wall, you can see kind of that bramble down there. And that's a farm field that's gone meadow. And it's starting to grow. It's like the next stage. Once it's stopped being used, this stuff grows. And it builds the soil back up, and then you get some usually some kind of fast growing trees like birch or something like that. Some pines will grow in there, and it'll start to reforest itself. Got this cool old stonework. And they open this up so you get through. Probably, actually, I don't know. Maybe this was always like this. Maybe it was an access between. Maybe there's a gate here at one time. Look at this stonework, though. This is what people can do when they're not obsessed with TV and social media. This entire area, and I mean area, this region, Northeast PA, Pennsylvania, the Northeast in general, Pennsylvania right on up to New England, is just littered with stone walls like this that were built by hand by people who needed walls and built them. or they need to get rid of the rocks, so they built walls. That's also part of it sometimes. But this wall is probably, oh, it's well over 100 years old. Still standing. No mortar. No cement in there, just stacked rock. Ooh. And a little bit of moss. So we got some ice fishers over here. Down there. That's the boat ramp I usually use down that way when I'm kayaking out here. This lake is frozen solid. I could have just gotten out of the car and walked around the corner on the lake, stop hiking around. But I'm gonna go up along, this right here is Kennedy Creek that goes in. Go hike up along that. That's usually pretty cool in the winter. So Kennedy Creek is pretty well frozen. We've had a couple of really cold nights. It was -4 when I woke up yesterday. So it's been winter weather for sure. Some spots aren't quite completely frozen through, but it's pretty cool. I like seeing the different stages of creeks and forests through the seasons. Yeah, this is the trail. Right across the top of these falls. And this is hard ice. If you don't stomp in a little bit, you're gonna slip even with spikes. Now my spikes are like 6 years old, so they're probably getting a little dull. But be careful. Just because you got spikes doesn't mean you're not gonna fall, just makes it less likely. So I don't know if that's going to come through, but the temperature's gone to about 25, and I've taken I'm wearing my Columbia Bugaboo, and this separates the shell and the liner, but I'm actually sweating at my backpack. So I'm gonna take the shell off. I might even take the fleece lining off, but you gotta keep track of that. You gotta be careful of that when you're out in the winter, because you can get too warm, sweat, and then if you're out for too long, you start to freeze and you have a hard time staying warm. So I'm gonna take this off and throw it in the backpack. But I am considering taking the fleece off. Maybe I'll take the fleece off too for a little while and see how cold it is. It's a little breezy, but I am warm. And I think I'm gonna go back. I'm along the lake now. I'm gonna head down the end of the lake, and I think I'm gonna go up and come back across the ridge. So that climb's gonna make me warm. I've been taking my hat on and off. I got my gloves off. I think I'm gonna take the fleece off. So you might be thinking, how warm am I to sweat through my base layer, my t-shirt, my hoodie, my fleece, and into my jacket? Not that warm. So here's the Columbia Bugaboo. The way that material is designed, it's designed to wick the moisture off of you and pull it through to the shell. It's actually designed to do that. So when it's really cold, it's weird because the jacket will start to freeze because it's pulling your sweat off of you and letting the jacket sweat. So it's kind of a weird feature to have in a jacket. But it does help keep you from getting too hot and from getting too cold after that sweat stays on you. So that's why it's important to wear, like, I got a polyester hoodie, I got my base layer, which is wicking. The only thing that is cotton is my t-shirt, which is a big no-no in the winter, but it's just my t-shirt. And I'm not planning on being out here too long. If I was gonna be out here overnight, I'd be wearing like a wicking t-shirt too, not a cotton t-shirt. So that is something to consider when you're hiking in the winter, that it sounds counterintuitive, but it is possible to get too warm. And then that contributes to getting sick. Because, what kind of bird is that? A finch? A wren? Oh, it's a wren. No. A junco? What is that? Hey, buddy. I don't know. Could have been a tufted titmouse. No, that's not a joke. That's actually a bird. You see squirrels been up and down this tree. Probably live up there. I don't see a nest. They don't like to go up there though. Well, here's my turn. So we're at the far end of Lackawanna Lake. This is where, I think this is Tunkhannock Creek comes in here. It goes in. I've kayaked through there a bunch. Sometimes I'll park over on this side. This is the, what is that called? That nature preserve over there. I can't remember. But there's a nature preserve over there. And I'm gonna go up the Basset Trail and take me up along the ridge and then back over to Kennedy Creek where it was just a little while ago. So I just came up the Basset Path here. And this is a confusing intersection. I forgot about this. It's been a while since I've been up here. And it was summer last time I was up here. So I came down across here, came up to here. This is the Basset Path. And then there's a trail that cuts down this way. There's a trail that goes this way. And then there's a trail that goes that way. Then there's a trail that goes that way. That's where I'm going. Real easy to get turned around here. But yeah, we're gonna go up this way. This will take us back over to Kennedy Creek. And the only way you know you're going to Kennedy Creek is if you pass the intersection, come up to this trail, and turn around, and Kennedy Creek that way. It feels like you want to go back that way. That's just the way it feels, but you make some weird turns in through here, kind of turning around. Sorry, in through here, kind of S your way around. Gorgeous day. I know it's not real sunny, but as I said, the sun's trying to poke through. But not really too cold. Cold enough to keep the snow frozen, which is keeping the snow from snowballing on the cleats. So it's a real comfortable hike with the cleats on, with the spiker spikes. I've seen a few people out. Everybody is happy to be out, with the exception of one group. The lady did not look happy. She didn't look pleased at all. But I guess you can't. Because winter's not for everybody. At least she was out trying. She's out giving it a shot. Look at this grove of red pines coming up. Love red pines. They're gorgeous. Any kind of pine. Pines, hemlocks, conifers. They just make a beautiful forest. All trees do, don't get me wrong. Deciduous hardwoods, they make a beautiful forest too. A lot of people might not think so in the winter. But the evergreens, doesn't matter the time of the year. They're always just chugging along, having fun, enjoying life. Be more like a conifer. All right, so I'm hiking along. I want to go that way, but I could go this way. And I think I'm going to at least take a hike up here, because in this field up here, looks like there's an old foundation, like an old barn foundation. Let's go check that out. All right, so the last time I was out on this trail, I hiked straight through that last intersection. They said it was summer, so this is all overgrown. I couldn't see out here. You can kind of see this foundation in front of me. There's also a building here. I wasn't expecting this. Oh, I love coming across new stuff when you're out on a trail that you think you've seen everything on. So here's a cone. The trail comes right up to this. So there's, right there, is a game land sign. Where the heck am I? I know I was on this road for a second, further back, and I could see there's no trespassing signs. It looked like it crossed over. I didn't want to hike up on somebody else's property. Let's see what these signs are. So, area open to hunting. That's DCNR sign. That's a private property sign. All right, so I don't want to walk up there and really mess around with that building and all, but that's... Huh, I wonder what that was. There's actually it says security sign there. Yeah, I got security on there. There's looks like an old barn or garage foundation there. There's an old farm building right there. Huh. Well, that's pretty cool. Now the map shows a trail coming up this way. This is a road. And I kind of know where this goes. Where this goes out to. It goes out to the road I came in on. I was driving here. I'm gonna go back to my original plan where I was hiking, but that is, yeah, that's on the road. That's on. Let's walk up there and take a look at that sign. See what that says. I think that's a state game law sign. Respect the landowner. This land is not currently open to public hunting. Please ask permission before you hunt. Countryside Conservancy. All right, so this is Conservancy. I have to look and see what part of the Conservancy this is, and if it's open to not hunting, but to hiking. I don't think it's listed on the map that I have at all. Now there's a few different sections of Countryside Conservancy land around here. On the opposite side, where I turned from the lake, on the outside of that, there's a couple sections. And there's another small Conservancy lot up Tunkhannock Creek a little bit. I've gone to check that out. It's not real big. It's like an old forest road. And that goes right to a farm. And it says the trail goes through, and it's one of these, yeah, the trail goes through public property, please respect the landowner. But it goes right into the farmer's field. And when I was there, 2 times I was there, he had crops in the field. I don't want to be busting through his crops. Yeah, it's hard enough for farmers right now. You don't need hikers coming through and destroying stuff. So I haven't connected that trail, but I've driven out to another access of that. That's pretty cool. So that means this trail here that it's posted as private property, private as in owned by the Conservancy, possibly, but may be open to hiking. So I'm gonna have to look into that. I love finding new preserves. Like I said, there's 1, 2, 3 on this side. On the upper side on the other side of the lake over by the office, on the upper side of that, there's 2 Conservancy preserves up there, Meadow Sweet and Quarry Ridge. I've hiked up to those. Those are pretty cool. Some of these Conservancy lands are popping up really quick. Not all of them allow hunting. Not all of them allow hiking. Some of them are actual just there to conserve whatever the natural resource is, keep it, safe from everybody. Some of them you got to make an appointment to go to. It depends. So I don't want to go knocking around up there and be trespassing. But now that I know what the Conservancy is, I can go to their website. And this is a huge dog. Those out here, these footprints are huge. Maybe the German Shepherd is something. So yeah, I'll look into that and see. That might be a new spot. Go see what's up there. Looks like it was an old farm. That'd be pretty cool. All right, so I'm coming back out to the trail I was on, back towards this red pine grove here. This looks fairly natural. It doesn't look like a red pine plantation. They're not evenly spaced out. So looks like this may be a natural grove, natural stand of trees. Or maybe it was planted long ago and it's just naturalizing itself now over the years. All right, back on my way back to Kennedy Creek. It's a lot of backs there. Yeah, so that's the way I hit it. So there's a horse trail to 38. So there is something over there. It may be that road. So this may just go up and follow that road back down. There's a parking lot down here by Kennedy Creek I've hiked up to and then taken the road back out. Well, the road to another trail back out to the road. So there's a lot of things to connect out here. Gorgeous. Wow, this looks like there's a microburst right here. You could just pick select trees. Look at it all. And they came through and cleared it up as best they could. Wow. And you get some like this one. And that one is... That's dead. I'm not going to stand... The wind's picking up. I'm not going to stand too close to it. It is a beautiful little spot. This little tributary heading down to Kennedy Creek. It's all icy. So up here, this trail takes you up to that road where it goes up to that old building. So I think that's where that Swiss cone, I think it uses the road. I'm gonna go back up to, let's see, can you see it from here? Does it work with gloves on? You can see the trail marker right there. Go back up to there and head that way along this little tributary to get back down to Kennedy Creek. How often you get to walk down a tributary? Like this is, even with spikes, it's a little slick. Look at all the water that came down through here. Follow this all the way down. Oh, woodpeckers up. And just a short walk down that trail, and I'm back to Kennedy Creek. For a brief second, I thought maybe I was walking on the head spring of Kennedy Creek, but no, it was a little tributary. I think it is that same little tributary that I'm going to cross up here. It's like a little waterfall that's frozen right across. But the camera is getting glitchy, like it did a couple weeks ago. It was a lot colder on that trip. I was using the saw, and it just shut off. So it's holding up pretty good today, but I am just gonna head back the way I came in from here. So that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. A little winter hike out here, Lackawanna State Park. It's absolutely gorgeous in winter. If you guys like winter hiking, at least give it a shot. So hope everybody's enjoying their winter, being safe, getting outside when you can. It's gonna do it for me on this one. I'm gonna go home and have some hot chocolate and something to eat.